I'm Tim Lowery, our wonderful mayor here in the city of Florissant. It's a true honor to stand before you today in celebration of Florissant's rich and enduring legacy. Our city story stretches back to the 1700s, and today we take another step in preserving and sharing that remarkable heritage with generations to come. At this point, I'd like to introduce some of the people that are with us tonight. The First Lady of Florissant, Lori Lowery. Our Police Chief, Tim Fagan. Our council members are with us tonight. From Ward 2, the Council Vice President, Paul Manganelli. From Ward 4, Jeff Caputa. From Ward 6, Tom O'Donnell. From Old Town Partners, President Greg Lohmen. From Historic Florissant, Gina Siebe. And Cheryl Winter and the Winter family. I didn't miss anybody, did I? Well, Randy Schrader's here, too. Florissant is more than just a place on a map. It is a living tapestry woven from the lives and labors of those who came before us. From the early French settlers to the German families who followed, our roots run extremely deep. We are home to over 80 historic properties, including the oldest church west of the Mississippi and the stately 3-story mansion once owned by Missouri's first millionaire. These landmarks are not just buildings. They are chapters in the story of who we are. At the heart of our city lies the historic district where we're standing right now, the jewel of the city of Florissant. It's where the past meets the present and where our commitment to preservation shines the brightest. The Historic Marker Project is a fairly new initiative that brings our history to life in a fresh and meaningful way. Thanks to the collaborative effort between Florissant Veterans of Foreign War, Post 4105, the Friends of Veterans, Historic Florissant, Councilman Tom O'Donnell, TK Signs, myself, and volunteers Terry Spring and Chris Kyle, we've created a series of historic markers that are placed in strategic locations throughout the historic district. These signs tell the stories of historic events and sites of many which may no longer be seen yet remain vital to the development of Florissant. They serve as windows into the past, inviting residents and visitors to pause, reflect, and appreciate the journey that has brought us here. A complimentary brochure can be found at most of our local businesses, City Hall, the Egan Center, and JFK. The brochure includes a map and a brief description of each marker. We have some here with us tonight. Feel free to grab one and learn some more about our rich history. This project would not have come to life without the generous support of local businesses and organizations. The plaque will be unveiled here soon, but first, we need to thank Cheryl Winter and the Winter family for making this happen. Their investment in our city's history not only honors the Winter family, but is a gift to every resident and visitor who walks these streets. Now, to speak more on the markers and the marker tonight is Gina Siebe, the president of Historic Florissant.
Thank you, everyone, for being here on this special occasion, and a special welcome to the Winter family. As the mayor said, the committee responsible for creating the marker project includes himself, Tim Lowery, Mayor Tim Lowery, Tom O'Donnell, Greg Lohmen, Joe Redden, Christine Kyle, Terry Spring, TK Signs, the Florissant Street Department, myself, and many corporate sponsors. Thank you to all of those people for ensuring our dream to create these historic markers became a reality. This particular marker that we are going to unveil tonight is designated for Franz Gerhard Frank Winter, who was a longtime resident and a respected businessman who operated a boot and shoe shop for many years on this very spot. Next to the boot shop stood the family home, where Frank and his wife, Margaret Regina Keevan Winter, raised 11 children. Among them was Bernard Winter, who contributed to the founding of Florissant's first volunteer fire department in 1999, and who would go on to serve as mayor of Florissant in 1937. Frank and Margaret were married on April the 17th, 1866 at St. Ferdinand Church. Margaret, born on November 13th, 1847 in Florissant, passed away in June of 1928 in St. Louis. Frank, who was born in 1840 in Westphalia, Germany, passed away in December of 1911. Both are buried at Sacred Heart Cemetery. The brochures that you have been given today do not include this historic marker for the Winter Boot Shop. However, the Winter Boot Shop will be included in the next printing. Once the marker is unveiled, you may use your phone to scan the QR code to see photos of the shop, the Winters home, and the Winters themselves. Like many Florissant families, many of Frank Winter's descendants still live in the area today, and at this time I'd like to invite Cheryl Winter to come forward to say a few words.
Thank you, Gina and Mayor Lowery. Good evening, everyone. As Gina said, I am Cheryl Winter Frager, a descendant of Frank Winter, who lived here and opened a boot shop in the late 1860s. My father, Glennon Frank Winter, was the genealogist in our family. I remember him talking about our heritage. He took me on a tour of St. Ferdinand Shrine and told me all about our ancestors and how they helped build the shrine. That Bernard Winter was a mayor of Florissant in the 1930s, and that we had male members of our family volunteer for the fire department. To think I am standing where they stood 160 years ago gives me goosebumps. My dad helped start the Florissant VFW Post in the 1960s, 100 years after the boot shop. He beamed with pride whenever he talked about Florissant. Unfortunately, he passed away in December of 2024 at 93 years old. He is the reason we are here today dedicating this marker in his memory. Thank you to all of the councilmen, the historic marker committee for creating the markers. The history of Florissant will never be forgotten. I know my father is smiling down on us today, keeping the Winter name alive. Thank you to the Winter family descendants for being here this evening, and thank you to all for coming.
I did want to mention that Jackie Pagano from Ward 7 she showed up. Thank you, Jackie. And now we'll hear from Tom O'Donnell.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to be brief and offer my personal thanks to members of the Florissant Historic Marker Committee for starting and continuing this effort and recognizing historic events of the city. Thank you to the mayor and to our street department for the assistance in facilitating the placing of these markers. You know, I think it's significant and important to remember where we came from, to reflect on who we are, and to strive for what we are to become. As we look to the future, I know that efforts like this are a prime example of our community in action. So I thank you all for being here. God bless.
Thank you, Tom. Greg Lohmen, the president of Old Town Partners.
All righty then. Good evening. I'm proud to be involved with two wonderful organizations, Old Town Partners and the Historical Marker Project. Old Town Partners is a non-for-profit organization dedicated to preserving the historical charm of Old Town Florissant. We support small businesses and host annual signature festivals and events. Our historical Rue St. Francis Streets supports exciting annual events and festivals, including the Valley of Flowers Festival, which is first full weekend in May, and our Florissant Fall Festival, the second Sunday in October. Our Wednesday nights out parties take place the last Wednesday of each month from May to September, featuring fun street parties with music, dancing, food, maybe movies, games, and fun for the entire family. Old Town Partners meeting is open to the public and a great place to learn about events happening around the Florissant. The meetings are held down the street at the Schoolhouse Shrine. We team up with other nonprofit organizations in Florissant promoting each another's events. I invite you to come to a meeting to better understand what we are achieving for our Florissant community. This week's guest speaker is the Pink Angels organization. They are helping Florissant residents with the Rika Coldwater Creek Claims Farm. Please check out our Facebook posts and website for Old Town Partners to find out more information on upcoming events and try to attend these meetings. Please remember, your business and organizations are only as strong as the community you support. Thank you for attending this Florissant historical marker unveiling. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. So now I'm going to ask the Winter family to unveil the marker. However, before that, I just want to let, on a personal note, I've honestly been friends with the Winters for the last 40 years. In fact, I was in Don's wedding some 40, probably 38 years ago. And unfortunately, he was a dear friend of mine. Unfortunately, he died about 2 years ago. And just a very dear friend, and like I said, very dear friend of the Winter family. So I appreciate everything that they've done. Thank you.